Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. Spring is here guys, but the work does not stop. There's still so much to do, but I want to give you an update on the garden. We are at 84 degrees today. 84 degrees. We were literally at 28 and 32 3 days ago. Our high today is 84. This entire next 15 days is going to be really, really beautiful, but they might sneak in a little bit of a frost or freeze before our last frost date, which is somewhere between the 15th and the 20th of April. But I want to turn the camera around and show you what's happening in the garden. There's been some new growth. There's been some damage from the frost or the freeze we had a couple of days ago. I did some mulching and there are some transplants that are happening and some new purchases. So let's get started. All right, guys, so I am very happy with the way things are right now. I put a lot of work in and it's beginning to show. So first up, I mulched. I'm not done with the mulching. I still have a couple of bags left because this bed here, I still need to move around some stuff before I mulch. And I don't want to mulch, then move stuff, and then it defeats the whole purpose, right? So this is why I still have a couple of bags of mulch left. The big box stores are having their 5 for 10 sale. I bought a whole bunch and I mulched. I also moved around some stuff. In this bed, I don't know if you remember, this bed used to actually have an azalea in the middle, the black-eyed Susan and some agapanthus and some daisies. Removed the azalea and I put the Pearl Glam Beauty Berry in the center. I cut it back and it's coming back alive. It looks great. And then I removed the agapanthus and I divided some sedums. So I have some Autumn Joy sedums and some of this sedum right here. And put them in here along with one of the daisies. This is the Proven Winners Banana Cream Daisies right here. Now, the Black-Eyed Susan is literally reseeding everywhere. I'm going to have to move it. It's taking over the bed and I'm not liking that. So I'm going to probably take that out next season and put it in a container, but it's just too late to try to move that guy right now. The wood chips are still looking great. Still looking great. Happy to report no weeds in this section here, but on the side yard there's a whole bunch of weeds, but we'll go into that another time. Here is the front major bed, right? Mulched, looking great. I also divided some more sedums and put 2 sedums here. So I have an Autumn Joy sedum right here, and I have an Autumn Joy sedum right here. Remember, I think I mentioned these to you. These are 2 new uptick coreopsises that I bought from Home Depot. Home Depot has some perennials 2 for $10, and I like that. Now, this area here, I'm going to like how it's going to look because not only do I have the pinky red from the Autumn Joy sedum, I'm going to have the orange yellow blooms from the uptick coreopsis, and I'm going to have the purple blooms from the allium. This is an agastache here, which will be yellow. This is a Veronica, which will be blue. So I think it's going to look really nice with the red, the yellow, the purple, the blue. Really, really nice. Very happy with what I'm seeing right now. So I mulched it up. Really, really nice. Couple things that actually got damaged when we went down to those 32, and I didn't realize we're going to stay freezing for so long, or else I would have brought in this guy here because it's harder to zone 7, and even though it's been in the container, I felt like we stayed cold too long, so there is damage. Now I'm going to zoom in and you're going to see this was all new growth, guys. All new growth, and this guy here got damaged, but it's fine. It's quite fine. The thing with crepe myrtles, and this particular one here is the colorama, scarlet colorama. The thing with these is that they don't bloom until midsummer. So they love the heat. So once things really stay heated and pick it up and, stay consistently hot, they will bring back out the buds. I'm not worried about it one bit. So those 4 were damaged. My Japanese maples got beat up a little bit. Some of them more than others. Like this one seems to be fine. And like I said, these were outside. I did not bring them inside because they've been outside the whole year. Ever since I bought them, they've been outside. And we've gotten cold, we've gotten snow, and they always end up fine. But this particular one here seems like he took the beating a little bit too badly. This particular one here is the Acer Palmatum Katsura. And this guy is not looking too great. But the Oregon Sunset is fine. This one is the Oregon Sunset. This is the one that got damaged the most. And this one is the Winter Red, which is not bothered one bit. Also damaged were the Chinese fringe flower, also known as loropetalum. Now, these guys have had them for years. Bought them as a clearance plants over 4 years ago, and they're in the ground. And they were flowering, and it beat the flowers up, guys. But again, it's fine. These guys will come right back without a problem. It's quite impossible for me to be able to protect every single plant. As you guys know, I have a lot of plants in this garden. I don't have enough sheets, enough frost blanket, enough towels to protect every single plant. But again, we're just not accustomed to staying freezing that long. We'll freeze, but it'll be in a couple of hours. But this one was like overnight, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. And because of these fragile flowers, they got damaged. But again, I'm not worried one bit. This is an Autumn Majesty azalea that was in complete bloom, guy. It bloomed really, really early this year. Here's the tag. And it's in the center bed here. Here's the tag right here, the Autumn Majesty right here. And it was blooming. You can see all those brown guys were actually flowers, and they got beat up a little bit. But these guys bloom 3 times a year. And this is something that's expected because, our weather is kind of funny. One time we won't freeze at all. One time we'll get snow, and one time we'll just be normal winter. But these guys got, beat up a little bit. But it's fine. They'll be okay. Once it loses those blooms, it will bloom again in the summer and again in the fall. The snow surfer candy tuft continues to bloom heavily, guys. This is when it blooms mostly, and it's a beautiful, nice white. This guy here got us a clearance plant years ago, and it comes back for me reliably. You might have seen a short where I told you that the peonies have broken dormancy, and ever since they have been on their way growing, growing, growing. I have an Inspector Laverne, I have a Sarah Bernhardt, and I have a Vogue. Really, really nice. I love peonies. I think they're one of the most beautiful plants. They don't take too kindly to storms. They will end up on the ground if you don't stake them. And then I have these guys here, which are alliums, all types of alliums that are in the container. It seems as though they're going to do something this year because every time I plant them in the ground, they never do anything. But once I put them in the container, they actually are coming out. Because even when I put them in the ground, they don't even come out the ground at all. And but let's just see what they do this year. The hostas that were already coming out, they got a little bit of damage, but hostas are the toughest, if I might say, the toughest perennials I have in my garden. So they're quite fine. They will come right back. The lungwort, also known as pulmonaria, this guy is doing great. You might have seen a short where they were in bloom. And the bleeding heart is beginning to add some flowers. So maybe next month we'll be showing you some flowers for those. Of course, the coral bells, who are semi-evergreen for me here, they're coming back. When they get damaged by the cold, they kind of look kind of ratty. But now that things are warming up, they're looking great. I have different types of coral bells in my yard. You've seen all of them. Again, more of the lungwort. And here is the Brunera or Brunera. This guy here, he actually doesn't take kindly to the heat. It needs, for me personally, this thing needs complete shade. If it gets any sort of a sun, over here in my area, it might not do well. And I'm actually go to sleep early, but here it is looking great. And might I say it has some little blue flowers, which is the first time I'm seeing those because last year, I think I had placed them wrong and they just went to sleep too early and didn't actually bloom. But here they are with their little blue blooms. The hellebores are doing great. Everybody's looking great. They don't mind the cold one bit. Now, these guys here, they're leaning a little bit because we did have a little bit of storm, but they should be fine. I have Anna's Red. I think I have Winter Sunshine. I have the Picote, and I have the Eternal Spark, and they're all doing great. The potatoes are still here, guys, and they're still doing great so far. I had to put them inside to protect them. Definitely do not want to freeze potatoes, and the growth is coming through the first layer still. Once it completely comes through the first layer, then I'll add the next layer of soil until it gets to the top of the grow bag. My strawberries, I had to protect those too. These are strawberries I got from Home Depot. I planted them in this container here, and I got one strawberry so far. So definitely stay tuned to see how they do in my garden. My Bernardine clematis or clematis is going strong. Had to protect this guy too. Could not leave her outside. So this was in the covered patio with a frost cloth over it. And you can see it's beginning to do something for this season, guys. This guy here bought us a clearance plant. It was looking rough, I tell you. Rough in Lowe's. And I bought it. Last year did okay. It did okay. But this year I feel like it's going to be fine because it's coming out with a vengeance. Let me know if you have Bernardine clematis or clematis and how it does in your yard. Otherwise, guys, really nothing to complain about. Everybody's looking like they have life. Some things will come out later than others, so I'm not worried about stuff like the lantana. You might not see the lantana yet. You might not see the perennial hibiscus yet because they take a while to come out, but I'm loving the garden, guys. Everybody looks great. Now, about the purchases, I bought this cutie here. Isn't she cute? I've named her Nala. This is a bird bath, and I really like it. I actually went to Ross the other day, and I went there with my niece, and I just happened to, when she was doing what she was doing, I went about my way looking to see what they have, and I found this beauty here. And I don't know where I'm going to leave her for now. I'm going to probably just have it right here for now. So it's facing this way in the garden, right? So at least the birds will be closer to me so I can catch them with the camera. But I really, really like this. I think I bought it for $29. Looks like it's maybe almost 2 feet tall. Let me know if you've seen this guy at Ross or if you have anything like this in your garden. Finally, guys, I picked up one more of the garden raised bed from Amazon. This is going to be the area where I have my edible stuff. You know, I already have 3. This is the 4th one. I've decided to move away from the grow bags for everything and just use the potatoes for the grow bag and then use these guys for the peppers, the tomatoes, the onions, the beans, or whatever I end up actually buying this year to plant. So stay tuned. I direct sow. I don't do seedlings. I don't have the space, the time, the energy, and I don't like having to harden off stuff. So I direct sow in my garden. I wait until my last frost date and then I plant the seeds. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so here's the side yard and I'm loving it. I'm really, really happy with the way things are. You guys know I worked my you-know-what off during the winter to get this the way it is, and it's still not even done. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there were no weeds in the wood chips in the backyard, but in the side yard, I'm beginning to see weeds, and that's simply because I didn't put cardboard down in the entire part. Probably put it, you see where you see those stepping stones? Around there, there was cardboard, but back here, there was none because I just ran out. There was just not enough cardboard in the family and around. There's not enough that I've bought that I have a bunch of cardboard hanging around. But I will try to find like maybe a vinegar mix and try to, spray those. But I definitely do not use poison in my garden. But yeah, a couple of things got damaged. The same Chinese fringe flower, the azaleas, they got hit back a little bit. But, you can see right here the damage. But otherwise, it's fine. I've got all kinds of stuff here, guys, and they took well. Now, some of them I actually did put a used container over it so that it protected from the freeze. So I have stuff like mountain mint, calamint, roses, gardenia, arborvitae. I have daylilies, veronica, butterfly bush. I've got limelight hydrangea. I've got balloon flower. I've got geum, red hot poker, penstemon. I've got daisies. I've got all kinds of stuff here. I even have another dwarf crepe myrtle that I might move. I've got some roses here. Right here, I've got some roses here. I've got some golden euonymus, and as you can see, I have some daffodils as well. Still a work in progress, guys. I am nowhere close to done. I'm just waiting for the coneflowers to come to the store so I can add even more pop because, coneflowers come in yellow, white, red, and orange, and pink, and magenta. So I'm just waiting to kind of spruce things up, but I'm loving it. Here is the weeping cherry tree that also got beat up a little bit. It had some buds, but looks like something happened to them. But otherwise, guys, this is the side garden. Let me know what you think and let me know how things are going in your garden. Have you seen a lot of plants? Are your stores filling in? Have you been transplanting? Have you finished mulching? And have you been seeing new growth? Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.